art and graphics based your job is?
Well, I need to draw a lot of diagrams for archy shit.
For what?
Literal term, archy shit.
Archy shit. I get in trouble if I use the word architect. I mean anything that isn't building related.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
Even though she spends ages telling me it's all about how you fit in with the existing structures and how you meet the needs of all the whatever. So I'm like, that's what data architecture. It's the same thing.
It's fine. No.
No, it's not.
Right. I think we have everyone. So, who is going to give us our recap?
I will. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I won't. Well, I volunteered, so I don't have to go again for a while.
If only it worked like that.
I can't remember what happened.
Oh, you
Well, I
played
can.
You played
Hang
a
on.
reasonably pivotal role in it.
I did. Oh, what did I do? Where's my post-it note gone? Hold on.
You put us back on the deck. That might jog our memories. So, I remember we were mid-fight. We'd already knocked the sail down over Tom and Lord Carcer, and the mad lady was being mad and ladylike. We'd fired some cannons and that sort of thing. So, and Roger was lying at the bottom of on top of some cannonballs with a broken leg.
Yeah, broken right leg.
Nice.
Oh, the
I don't
shots
remember that happened, but that's good detail.
That's the only bit I've got written down on the post-it note. What have I injured?
There was various fighting went on. Edge gave Nuts and Bones the piece of the map, and it became clear that the horrible witchy lady could spot where it was.
Oh, and someone had to be written in the book. Wasn't somebody's name meant to be written in the book of Jacks?
Is this something you're not meant to say out loud?
No, we talked about it, didn't we?
Oh, I do like this, people remembering different things.
Maybe, I feel like I'm hallucinating now.
So, hang on. So, we went to bring down the lady.
Mm-hmm.
That was the important thing, yeah? Edge was doing his sensible thing and tried to use his skills rather than just YOLOing it, and pickpocketed some, like, I'm going to call it like a spell familiar thing that makes spells come out of.
You flung her soul bag.
That thing, yes. I think there was a brief moment where somebody decided we might take her prisoner, and then that just wasn't what was going to happen. And she's dead now, isn't she?
Yes, it was Dingy's fault. Tom's fault.
Tom just went and sorted that out. Yes.
Is she dead or is she dead?
I shot her but didn't finish her off, and then Tom was having none of it.
If Chitty's dead and she's not dead, I ain't going to be pleased about that. Just for reference. Then there was at the top of the thing everyone was going over to try and get Lord Carcer. Didn't he evaporate or something? Use his magic door to escape.
Dimension door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But just before he went through the door...
Oh! Didn't he tell everyone he was going to go and get them or something? Because he gathered where all of our families and things were. No,
so he did manage to convince a few of you to tell him where he might find the remains of your family members.
Oh, yes.
Except for Roger. Didn't manage to get around to getting any of that stuff from Roger, but Tom, Jim and Edge have all revealed where the bones of their family might be found.
Well,
Nuts and Bones is downstairs with the piece of the map, and the Shattered Lady cast a spell,
She did.
but I can't remember if that stopped as a result of her now being an ex-Shattered Lady. So I think before the time ran out, the plan was to go downstairs and have a chat with Nuts and Bones and make sure all's okay. I can't remember what happened to Vokken. Oh no, did Vokken jump off the side? Vokken jumped off the side of the ship and did a cool thing that again Edge was very tempted to have a go at, but didn't because he's now being so sensible. So hang on, Vokken's downstairs and the spell ladies cast something.
Didn't we hear a sigh or something? Some weird noise?
Bell? It's a jingly bell. Oh no, Tom rang a bell to get everyone to come upstairs. Yes, because we got the other people on board, didn't we, as well? Boomer and Wolfman.
Gowron.
Gowron, I should remember that name.
Who's Gowron? Is he the dragonkin?
He was one
Is he
of
a dragon?
He was one of the possible characters that could have been played for the Irondale prison.
Oh. Awesome.
Yeah, that's about all I've got.
Okay.
I'll try and do better this time, notes-wise.
How's Jack doing? So as a refresher of the
He's asleep in his cabin, isn't
he? Of the episode, just before Lord Carcer escaped through the dimension door, he told you all that he didn't want bloodshed and no one needed to die. After he saw Tom cave in the shackled lady, he pulled a doll from out of his coat of Jack and drove his knife into it. And then
What you're saying is we need to go and do some checking on people.
I mean, you don't have to. There's a number of things that you might want to deal with. You are you've weighed anchor right on the shore, so you are able to go onto the beach at the very northern tip of Velmora. Velmoria. You don't know where Vokken has gone. You have Nuts and Bones, who you very astutely sent away with a map piece. So the Shackled Lady didn't manage to steal any map pieces, which was very upsetting, because I was quite looking forward to you having a map piece stolen.
Sorry about that.
It was excellent. There was excellent use of cannons and sails and hidden crossbow bolts. It was very good. But there's a number of things that you could be doing.
Okay, so I think Edge is going to take command briefly, given Tom isn't actually even here, and say, Jim, get downstairs. You need to you need to check on Jack. Take Boomer and Gowron with you.
Oi, I'll go check on him.
Edge would summon any sisters who are available and go to retrieve the map piece and obviously check on Nuts and Bones. And we'll bring the doctor back to check on that leg.
Okay. So, if we start off with Jim. As you are heading down below, you hear a voice in your head that just says, "Stop, child." And as you hear it, you feel an unseen hand just press into your chest and stop you. And everything around you seems to stop as well. You've got Boomer in front of you, you've got Gowron behind you, and they both just stop. And you feel this hand stopping you. I think we need to have a little chat, don't we? I was promised some followers. Now, I'm not unreasonable. There's always room for negotiation. But I am going to be collecting on my debt. Tell me, when do you plan on providing me with my followers?
Does Jim sense this is like a message or something like ethereal, like something divine?
Give me a religion check. So you think it could be just voices in your head. You think it could be kind of like just the like post-battle rush. It could be just like this weird stuff that happens with you sometimes when you kind of get into the zone when you read your book. It could be the Raven Queen. With a 7, it could be any of those things.
Just remind me, do we know about the Raven Queen thing? I can't remember when there was the whole chitty thing.
I think Roger knows a bit about it. Edge doesn't know how Jim would have brought Chitty back. He wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I'd
Roger was eavesdropping when the deal was made with the
Edge
tree.
definitely didn't hear that.
Yeah,
So, okay, so that hasn't been shared. Because we've got a body on deck, right?
Yeah,
You
it's
have
a dangerous body to bring back.
You have at least one body.
Right? Multiple bodies?
Who else died?
At least one body on the ship.
Okay.
Why would you be so vague?
Yes,
there are many bodies on the ship.
Okay, so Jim's going to attempt to reply.
You're able to.
And he will say, "Oh, is this about the free that were requested?"
A request implies an element of optionality. This was a bargain that was struck. I gave you a gift and I expect payment. Now, if you are not going to be providing me with that particular payment, I can offer a different price that will be equally acceptable to me. Or alternatively, if you do not pay me via either method, I might seek out your patron who has been giving you these wondrous powers and see to them that they are replaced by something a little less pleasant.
All right, so not entirely sure I understand all of that, but a deal is a deal, and I keeps my word. So I will absolutely be upheld in my end of the bargain. But perchance, what was the other offer?
Well,
Might it be more suitable for my talents or their lack of?
you can either raise 3 souls from the dead and bring them into my service, and I am getting rather impatient. Or, if you prefer, you could do another task for me. You could seek out a ship a ship belonging to Captain Vex Stormsong. Now, Captain Vex Stormsong very recently met his untimely end. If you find that ship and raise but one captain, and bring the captain into my service, and therefore the crew of his ship into my service, I'll consider that debt settled.
Would this be one of the ships that, actually, sorry, Jim's not aware of the ships that were sunk, were it? Is he? He was in the galley.
Yeah, I don't think you are aware of the shipwrecks.
No.
Is this the ones we left behind us?
Yeah, the ones that Dorian of the Cloth got
Yeah.
overzealous and blew up for you.
Yeah, so Jim wouldn't be aware. He'd probably think that an untenable task. Well, if I come across a shipwreck, which wouldn't necessarily
It is
be
not a
very
shipwreck. No, no, no. The ship is very, very much afloat. It's just the captain is recently dead. Raise that captain up, bring him into my service, and the ship will then be in my service too. You'll find the ship somewhere near Mox's Ash, up in the north, if that is more to your taste.
I will try and do the best for you. I've struck a deal, and as I say, I always. Where is Mox's Ash? Oh yeah, Mox's Ash. Okay. I always keeps my word and my bargain. I don't mean to be rude or to vex, but it hasn't been that long since we struck our bargain, and I am trying to find some, but it's not the easiest thing to do. How quickly do you need them?
I was very disappointed that you passed up an easy opportunity not that long ago. So, I think
What's
it's
easy?
going to be 2 more days, and then my patience will run out. Of course, if you make for the ship, I might be more forgiving with my time. A ship is a mighty boon, especially given all its crew. I'll give you more time if you go for the ship, but my 3 souls, just 3 measly souls. That doesn't seem too taxing to me, resourceful fellow like you.
I'm only a cook. What's easy for a god is not so for a mere mortal, a mere shepherd myself. But I will do as we bargained.
See that you do, otherwise your patron will be replaced by one of my servants, and you'll be bound together whether you like it or not.
I'll pretend I know what that means, and thank you.
And everything just goes back, and you are walking down the stairs with Gowron and Boomer.
Shit. Captain's dead. Yeah, okay. Jim's going to carry on to the captain's cabin.
Okay. Um, as you're heading that way, Roger, what are you up to? Aside from having a broken leg on deck.
Well, I'm not really moving anywhere because I've got a broken leg, and it's quite uncomfortable. But I'm just a bit uneasy. I feel uneasy in my bones, apart from the one that's broken, because I feel like somebody has violated the ship. And I can't be more specific than that, but it's a feeling I get from being sat on the deck of the ship that something's occurred that shouldn't have occurred, and it's making me feel uneasy.
Is it possible that's Edge smashing down the sail? Because that's relatively straightforward to diagnose.
No, it feels like it's something I can't see. I
Okay.
just feel uneasy about something, but I couldn't put my finger on the what.
Saber Ray notices you looking uncomfortable, and she feels somewhat protective of you. It feels like there's something kinship there, and she kneels down next to you. My boy, my brave boy, are you okay? It looks painful. Is there anything I can do?
Don't think you can fix it really. Need some splints and stuff. Someone will think about me in a minute. Could have some rum, maybe.
You drink rum. How old are you, Roger?
How old am I meant to be?
I think that someone with as sharp a tongue as you deserves a little bit of liquid relaxation. And she reaches from behind her and pulls out a flask and flicks the lid off. This is not rum, but this is better. You try. You see what you think.
So I take a small swig. I quite like this. It's very warm, bit burny, makes me burp. Going back for more.
I like you, Roger.
Constitution roll.
Do not drink too much of that. You must keep your head. These are dangerous times, and I do not want to see you hurt any more than you already are. But
Hey, look over there. Look at that massive distraction as Roger drinks some more.
I remember many hundreds of years ago when I was young like you, and I had a similar attitude towards the grown-ups. You're okay with me, Roger. But tell me,
Thanks.
you look troubled, and I do not think it is just your leg.
No, something feels wrong, but I don't know what it is, and no one listens to me because I'm only not really 12, honest. But it just feels like something's not right. Something's wrong with the ship, but I don't know what it is.
Roger, listen closely to me. You will always have my ear. You will not be dismissed. I am listening to you. What do you think is wrong with the ship? Is there something missing? Is there a corruption? Is there a spirit you sense?
Something feels sad. Feels sad and a little bit empty.
You have a keen instinct. Do not pay heed to people not listening to you. Your instinct will keep you alive. Give me a Give me a. What check would it be? What check would it be just for gut feel?
Perception? Investigation?
Which of the two?
Give me a. I'm gonna say give me a nature check. Okay, so yeah, you feel like something is just wrong with the essence of what's going on around you, and there definitely is an emptiness that you are picking up on, as though like there's a spirit that has been lost or is drifting away, and your mind goes to the image that you saw of the knife going into the doll of Jack, and you think that that's possibly a large part of it.
I feel like I've lost something, but I didn't know I had it to lose. So I don't know what I've lost, but I've lost something. That's how I feel.
Roger, I always find that when you lose something, you must look for something else to find. Not to replace what you have lost, but just to have something else. It need not be a thing, but look to your crew, look to your friends, look to who you trust most on this ship, and keep them close to you. Have that be what replaces this hole in your heart.
Okay. Can you fix my leg?
I will certainly do what I can, but I'm not skilled in the ways of medicine. I'm more skilled in the ways of... well, what is the opposite of medicine? I'm much better
Well,
at taking away people's health than giving it to them. Unless
it's
under
okay.
very specific circumstances, which I will not... no. I will not do that. Please excuse me. My mind went to a dark place and dark memories.
It's okay. Don't
will-
worry.
I will try to splint your leg, Roger, but I feel this needs the attention of a healer.
I'm going to be one of those. Next time I have a sleep, when I wake up, I'm going to know more stuff.
That's the spirit, Roger. Do you do the thing where you sleep on top of a book, so that the words enter your head while you're asleep?
Well, kind of, but the book's like a lady and she's like a healer and I'm her trainee. But I guess that's maybe how she'll train me. I don't know how that works.
Oh, the young folk, they grow up so fast these days. I'm somewhat stunned. But I like your style. I look forward to seeing you fully healed and recovered. In the meantime, if you need
Me
anything,
too.
know that you can always trust me. Is there anywhere I
I
can
have-
take you?
Can I have some more of your rum? And then can I lay on a bed? I don't normally sleep on a bed, but I think it would be more comfortable than this deck.
Of course, I will carry you down to a bed. If that is okay
Thanks.
with you.
That's fine. I don't mind, but please may I have some more of your drink?
Yeah.
It makes it hurt less.
I cannot say no to you, young Roger. And she goes to pick you up, and as she picks you up, like, you feel safe in her arms, but you notice that she feels cold to the touch, like cold like stone. Thank you.
I wish my hair looked like hers, IRL, not like my hair looks like.
Your hair looks like a snow cone.
Yeah, Alex, you missed my hair.
With your hair?
I'll put it in the group chat. Please do not forward it to a certain person.
Okay. Anyway, what are you eating, Rick? While we're having this momentary sleep.
Chicken and pasta with spinach and bacon.
Oh, lovely.
Almost the same.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that could
Yeah,
be deliberate,
so-
Andy.
It's meant to be light brown,
Hmm.
but it hasn't lifted the red. So I look
It's
like
so like that.
I've got
I
grey
might,
hair. The rest of it's red. That's fine.
Maybe try again.
I'm gonna get a hat.
So Saber takes you down to a bed, and she seems unnaturally cold and stone-like to the touch. And you are very aware that you've never been embraced by a vampire before. You've certainly never been this close to one. And it feels strange to feel safe in their arms, but you definitely do. And you feel like she was very close to revealing something, but stopped herself. But you know, she's definitely closer to you than the other crewmates. Edge. You've sent
Hi.
Jim and Boomer and Gowron to go and check on the captain.
Mhm.
You are on deck. Tom is marshalling a group of the crew to try and sort out the mast that's fallen. What are you doing at the moment?
Okay, so I would like to take any of the available sisters, which I think may just be Freya.
Freya is
'Cause
definitely
it's-
there, yep.
Joss is the other one. Have we still got her?
So you have Dagger Joss.
I don't think she came upstairs though.
No, but you have time to kind of muster them and.
Fine. So I would gesticulate over to Freya, and we'd be heading downstairs to find nuts and bones. So I guess we're heading with the absence of any direction. We're heading for the medicinary.
So you.
What's that called?
You gather the sisters up and you find nuts and bones.
Sick bay.
He is looking a bit flustered. He's like, he's trying to bat something away that he can't see, and you kind of see him just kind of wildly flailing around this room, going, "Get away from me! Get away! What are you? I cannot see you. What are you doing? Stop! Ugh." And it looks to your eyes like just a madman flapping at thin air.
Everything all right there?
No, there's something trying to put hands on me or something. Or I don't understand what's going on. It keeps trying to reach into my coat and grab things off me. I cannot see a thing though. Freya leans in and goes, "He seems quite mad. Shall we knock him out? And we don't want him to cause a panic. He is the ship's surgeon. We cannot have the ship's surgeon be a raving lunatic. Maybe I knock him out for you, yes?"
Just give it a minute. So Edge would like to use sleight of hand to get the piece of the map back from the Doctor.
Give me your.
Unless I can just take it.
Okay, so you reach in, and you as well, hey? And as you take the map out, you feel, but you don't see, a hand grasp around your wrist. And as you take it out, one hand is grasped around your wrist, and you feel another hand tugging at the map.
Okay. Are these, given proximity to other things, are these things that feel like hands, or could these be the hands of invisible people? Am I sufficiently far away from other things that there could be legitimately two people or one person in front of me doing that? Or is the proximity meaning that must be some sort of magical effect that feels like that?
So you're asking if it's like mage hand or an invisible person?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm asking.
Okay. There, given the space around you, it is plausible that there is an invisible body attached to these invisible hands. But that means that there's also space for it to be just hands.
Okay. Can I draw a dagger and cut where the arm would be were this an actual hand?
Yeah, make me an attack roll with your dagger. You cut through what feels like it feels like an arm that you're cutting through, and you hear what sounds like you hear, like, it's distant and faint and muffled, but you hear what sounds like the voice of the shackled lady. Just go, no, and then drift away. And the map piece is in your hand, ever so slightly ripped. But you seem to have stopped the harassment of this invisible thing. So it's probably for the best that you went down to check on Nuts and Bones, and that you didn't forget about him, as I thought you might.
I never forget about the crew. Okay, cool. So presumably he's now feeling less flustered and harassed by mystery hands. So I'd say to Freya, no, I think he's found his composure again. Dust him down. There you go, old chap. I think there's someone on deck that needs your medical assistance.
Freya will give you I do not mean to question your judgment, but do you not think that maybe, given what we saw on deck, the captain might need a physician to attend to him?
It's a good point. Let's go to the deck via Jack's quarters. And at this point, I'm basically just leading. I'm assuming Nuts and Bones shorter than me. I don't know why. I'm just leading him round now.
So, what happens is Freya kind of gestures to Nuts and Bones as you say this, and Nuts and Bones scuttles off. And Freya puts her hand on your shoulder and says very solemnly, "Nothing. You're not gone to the captain. There are duties that should be performed now. Now we are near the shore."
Edge would rise up.
We will all carry her, and we will take a small boat to the shore, and we will see the ceremony done.
I will make the preparations.
Very good.
And as she presumably turns away, gently tap on the shoulder, like, what are the preparations? Boat and spade?
All you need to do is be there and help carry her body. The rest will become very obvious when we get there. I would suggest you find yourself a blade. Maybe one that is not a dagger, or a saber, or a scimitar. I think you need a blade that is different. I will leave you to find such a blade. And we go to Jim, who is carrying on with Boomer and Gowron towards the captain's quarters. Nuts and Bones kind of meets you there, and you all burst into the captain's quarters all together. And Buttons is already there. Oh, thank goodness you're here. It does not look good. It does not look good. He was just down lying there. He couldn't move. He hasn't moved for a few days now, but then just started bleeding, and he could move again. But He's not looking good. He's losing a lot of blood. I think that he's just losing the will to live.
Um, Jim's going to be a bit shocked, and still confused about what he about his previous conversation. But then he's going to snap out of it. He's going to say to turn to Nuts and Bones and say, "Well, Gil, do what you can." And then he's going to try and do cast Spare the Dying
Okay.
on Jack.
Okay. Unstable. Okay. So, as you cast this, Nuts and Bones goes, Good, my boy, good. That's helping. I'm sure it's helping. The air is coming into his lungs now, and the captain starts kind of gasping and panting. Like he's more mobile now than you've seen him ever since you were first attacked. I think he's trying to say something. And Jack reaches out and he grabs you, Jim, and he pulls you in close. And he says, "Bring me Buttons. Bring me the book. And bring me Tom. He needs to be here for this." And then he starts coughing and spluttering.
I think so. Jim probably knows the captain well enough to gauge what's happening. Is that fair? Maybe.
You know that he is on. So you know that he is kind of. He certainly thinks he's on death's door, and you know the whole like there is always a captain, there is always a Jack, and there is always an all trades. You don't. None of you know exactly what the process is, but Jack definitely seems like he thinks he's on death's door.
Oh, is it going to be like Doctor Who?
You've bought him enough time to be able to do a little bit of speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the first time we've heard from him in like 18 weeks, isn't it?
So, in the room at the moment, there's Nuts and Bones, and Boomer and Jim.
In fact, why don't I actually put you guys on the map in his actual cabin? Where did I put the cabin? Is it over there? No, it's not over there. It is. Did I delete it like a silly boy? No. Oh, I've altogether far too many maps. Here we are. One.
Cool.
So, you guys are up here.
What's Dragonkin's name?
Gowron.
So, Jim would say, "Garon, go and get Roger." Boomer, get Edge. And yeah, he's going to try and make some room in the room. And then Jim is actually just going to message Tom. And he's going to be very serious and said, "Tom, now, Captain Jack, Captain Jack's quarters now. You need to be here. And then he's going to message Jesus, my brain. What's his name? The old guy?
Buttons.
Buttons, that's it. Then he's going to message Buttons. So, Buttons, you're needed in the captain's quarters now. Or Button, there.
So, Gowron and Boomer gonna leave. Gowron is going to run into Edge as requested. No, it was Boomer who went to go get Edge, wasn't it?
Boomer to get Edge, yeah.
Yeah. So Boomer.
Which would have been heading. Eddie would have been heading for a weapons locker or armory, as requested.
So Boomer will find you as you are fishing around in the barrel of assorted
Big old box of swords.
Barrel of assorted weapons. So it's basically like it's fishing gear. It's like stuff that's been grabbed for like when you're setting up camp on land and stuff like that. It's a real disorganized mishmash. But Boomer sees you and goes, Edge, you're needed in Captain Quarter. Yeah, don't know what's happening, but Jim got a bad feeling about this. Said you got to come. You're not busy, are you?
No. Be right there. And Edge would grab an armful of weapons, and head upstairs. Would you like to know what weapons he might have grabbed, or should we deal with that later?
We'll come back to what weapons you grabbed. But as you are heading to the captain's quarters, Nix and Cuero, who are outside the room that Dagachiti is lying in, they are going in ready to move a body. Are you not coming with us? This is important.
Edge is in full, like, Mr. Bean mode at this point, feeling like he has been called up to some great thing. He's got 2 different bits and pieces. He would do a kind of awkward bow, say, Freya said about getting the weapons, I'm Jack and the ship, and I'm going to be right back. And we get a boat. And then he'd carry on towards Jack's quarters.
I would caution you not to be left behind.
I will not be late.
Okay, they are going into Chiti's room. So everyone else is gathered in Jack's cabin, and Jack turns to you all. My friends, I wonder, how will you remember me? How will I be remembered? Tell me, each of you. Meanwhile, Gowron has, Gowron has gone to go and find Roger. Roger, you were just getting tucked up in bed. But Gowron barges in and say, Young Roger! Noble Roger with the wounded leg! You are required in the captain's cabin. I have been sent forthwith to fetch you. Will you attend? I will carry you. I'm very strong.
Aye, sir, I'll do anything for the captain.
Good, that's the spirit, my boy. That's the spirit. Up you come. And he hoiks you up on his shoulder, giving very little regard to personal boundaries. I will get you there. To serve is to live. And so you're all gathered in the captain's cabin. How will you remember me? Tell me, my friends, my crew. How will you remember this Jack? And he's looking expectantly at invite each of you to tell of your favourite tale of your adventures with Jack. This captain who you have followed through many dangers and who you have a real affection and adoration towards.
I remember you as the guy who gave me a chance. I was just stuck on the dockside because the last ship I was on left without me. And you took a chance on me. And you let me bring my mop. And you let me stay. And I'll always be grateful. I want to be like you one day.
Thank you, lad. That means a lot to me. Maybe they'll call me the one who gave people a chance. Maybe that's what they'll write. You. What will you remember about old Jack?
Yeah.
Edge would be at this age, just coming with a bunch of knives randomly in his hands at this point. He's like, puts them on the floor. Well, I mean, I'd still, and he'd taken out a coin from his purse and weigh it in his hand. I'd still be there in that bar, probably getting strung up to the side of it, were it not for you, Captain. And he would go to toss the coin, and he would instead take it in both hands, and he'd pass it and put it in Jack's hands. If I was on the edge, you were always in the centre. And then he'd do a kind of awkward salute.
Maybe that's what they'll remember me. Maybe that's what they'll write. Gave people a chance. Was right in the middle of things. Where I like to be. Stopping the injustice. You, my faithful cook. My talented friend.
Oh, Jack, the best captain I've ever known. I won't forget the day you came into the tavern and brawls all around, and when eating the what I'd served you, you said, "You don't need to be here. You need to be on my ship." And ever since, you were a great lover of food. Even when we're attacked by sea beasties, you're there on deck demanding the food being served. I remember you with a leg of lamb in one hand and a rapier in another. At least, that's how I remember it.
Don't make me laugh too hard. I can feel the holes widening, but maybe that's what they'll write. The Jack who loved a good meal, but never let that stop him having a fight. Maybe that's what they'll write. You've been taking all that down, old button. I have, sir. I've written it down proper, and I'm still. And Jack starts coughing and spluttering, and the colour seems to be going from his face. And Nuts and Bones starts looking confused and panicked. It should have stopped. The bleeding stopped. It's coming back. How could this be? And Tom enters the room. And as that happens, Button goes, right. The time is now. Captain, do you have it? And the captain, with a shaky hand, reaches inside his coat and he pulls out a small scrap of paper. I have it. I have my testament. Clear the room. Everyone but Button. And you, Tom. You come here. does everyone clear the room.
Roger's
Edge
getting a little
remembers-
bit fed up of moving with
Roger's
the broken leg.
bored.
Yeah, he's bored, but he's also getting fed up of being like moved around. He was going to go into bed, then he was picked up and carried in here over someone's shoulder. People seem to keep forgetting he's got a broken leg and he doesn't really want to move.
Gowron will pick you up, by the coat. I will carry you, young lad. You are in a bad way. You've got a broken leg, see? You can't walk. I will see you back to your bed in comfort. Come! And we'll start marching.
Thanks, dude.
Edge has remembered he's got places to be. He's put the swords down for the moving tribute to Jack and grabs a couple of the blades that are on the top of the pile and scurries back to Chitty's quarters, or where she was.
Okay. So, as that happens, you get there just in time to see them start to carry Chitty's body. And they are gesturing for you to come and join. Now, you have an armful of blades. So, I would say that unless you want to keep your arms full of these assorted blades and risk clumsily helping to carry Chitty, I would suggest that now would be the time to choose your blade. Which one of the bundle are you keeping upon your person? If you'd like, I can give you a selection of what was in the barrel.
Okay, I thought some of the things he may have grabbed. A cutlass is definitely a thing that would be piratical.
Yep.
A dirk
Mm-hmm.
for comedic value, and then a small sword. Something perhaps favoured by more well-to-do con men types.
Okay. You would also be aware, so you can choose any one of them. There would also be a small sickle, a whaling harpoon, and there would be like a broken spear, so like a spearhead as well. But you can choose any of those 6 or 7. Which
A lot of weapons he was carrying around. I'm assuming they're all rusty as well, because it's just in a barrel in the bottom of the ship.
I mean, they're not particularly rusty, but they're not gleaming. They're
not in the
kind
best of states.
Yeah, they're kind of blackened.
I mean, a harpoon's fun. Let's take the harpoon.
Okay.
A whaling harpoon, specifically.
So you drop the rest, and
Would it feel to Edge like that was in the bounds of the request?
that's you were told to find a blade. It's got a blade on it.
Excellent.
So you carry Chitty's body out to a small boat and start heading towards the shore. Is anyone else going to try and accompany Edge and this procession? You can see this happening. It seems like a very sisterhood of the sword affair, but you can see Edge joining in. Is anyone joining, or are you keeping to your own devices? Is Roger going to have a lie down back in the bed and maybe fall asleep?
Roger does need to not be moved around the ship so much, so yeah, Roger would like to just lay on the bed.
Got it. Jim, are you following them, or are you staying on ship?
Jim's staying on the ship for sure.
So you guys are, so that Edge and the sisters take the boat to the shore, and as the boat passes away, you hear in your head, Jim, a couple of missed opportunities here. Am I to take that to mean you'll be getting me my ship? Then again, you still have 2 days.
I'll keep up the deal. You couldn't have our captain, though.
Ah, would that you could feel such loyalty towards me. Maybe you will one day. I like loyalty. And we cut to the beach where the rest of the sisters are all there, and they are setting up a funeral pyre on the beach, and everyone is gathered round, looking very solemn as Dagachiti's body is raised up onto this. They each get out a small flask of oil and they wet the logs, and one of them takes out a flint and their blade and strikes a spark and sets the flames going, and they all take a step back, and Scimitar Freya says, "It is ended for you in body alone. You'll not be sullen by anything that is unclean. Your soul will reside in your blade, as will all of ours one day. Good journey, our sister." And they all repeat, "Good journey, our sister." And
Edge will be joining in, by the way. He would have had a small thing of oil. He would have, after everyone else had done that, and then shortly after they'd said it, would have said the same thing.
after a while, and Scimitar Freya says, "It is done." And she points you towards this steel bowl that is laid out on the beach. "Will you accompany me?"
Yes.
Very good. You have shown yourself to be loyal, and you have shown yourself to be true to our cause and our sisterhood. This is something that has not ever happened before, but we have consulted, and we agree. We could make an exception. Just this once. Please, kneel. And she gestures towards the bowl. Jax Quicksilver. Is this what you want? To be one of us?
It is.
Then kneel, child of steel. You have come here to sever yourself from mercy and bind your soul to the blade eternal. Do you come of your own free will?
I do.
Then pull out your blade. Lay your weapon bare and your heart open. Steel is truth. Flesh is frailty. We trade the latter for the former. The sisterhood bears no masters but the blade, no gods but the shadow. Repeat after me. By blood freely given, I pledge my soul to the blade.
By blood freely given, I pledge my soul to the blade.
Through death or dusk we are one. Where my blade strikes, I strike.
Through death and dusk we are one, where my blade strikes I strike.
Where it sleeps, I am silent. When it calls, I awaken.
When it sleeps I am silent, when it calls I awaken.
And she reaches down and picks up your blade and presses the tip into your hand until a little drop of blood comes out and lets it drip into the steel bowl. And to whom do you bind your loyalty?
And Edge would look terrified at this point and be like, the Sisters of the Sword?
The others give you a...
The Sisters of the Sword.
Should they bid you kill, you kill. Should they bid you die, you die. Should they bid you fade into shadow, to become as nothing, do you accept this freely and submit yourself to the steel?
I do.
Then rise. You are no longer merely flesh. You are a blade. You are an oath. You are an eternity. The Harpoon claims you. The Harpoon knows your name. The Harpoon knows your soul. Rise now. You are one of the sword. Harpoon Edge.
This is like graduation day for Edge. He stands proud, chest out, sort of a mix of pride and also waiting to check he's not meant to be doing something else.
There is one last step. You must be strong. I will need your harpoon. And it is held into the pyre. Take off your coat.
The pigeon coat.
I will need to see your back. And pulls out the blade of the harpoon as it is glowing red. This is the pathway between your blade and your soul. They are now forever linked. And you feel the searing heat against your back. It's not held on there for long, but you feel it, and you know that it's left a mark. Today you are born into a new life. And she picks you up, and each one of them, one by one, hugs you and embraces you, and says to you in turn, from today I am your sister.
Edge has never felt happier. This is the family he never got to keep. Yes. He would hug them all back and be like, oh my god, is this actually happening?
Now, let us drink and then get some rest. For tomorrow, the adventure does not stop. And we cut to young Roger. You're just starting to get to sleep. But your leg really hurts. And it hurts less now that you've imbibed large quantities of unidentified drink that you didn't question or query. But as you're drifting off, you hear a voice in your head. Hello, my sweet skin. It's time for your first lesson. Are you going to come with me? Are you going to uphold your end of the deal like I'm upholding mine?
Yeah, but I've got a broken leg.
Oh, don't you worry about that, my sweet skin. I'll bring the bed with you. And a green circle emerges around you, and you don't fall, but it's like everything else just goes upwards, and you are somewhere else. It's somewhere that is misty with a thick purple haze, and there's like weird like tendrils that look like they could be trees, but they like come in and out of view. And after a few minutes in this weird environment, you see Hecate start walking towards you, out of the nothing. So, are you ready to learn how to be a healer just like me?
Yes, I am.
I'm so excited. Now, it's not going to be easy. It's going to take lots of self-control, and you're going to have to apply yourself, because if it goes wrong, it can go very wrong. So, shall we get started?
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Now, don't worry about lying down. While you're here, I think you'll find that you can walk just fine. Just fine. And you find if you do try to get up, you can walk.
This
And
is awesome.
she leads you into a cabin. But there's something not quite right about it. It's as though this cabin is watching you. And as soon as you cross the threshold, you feel this weird feeling like the cabin is walking. Once you're inside, it's just like the cabin is walking. And she sits you down on a quite grand chair. She says, now, the key to healing is you don't just heal out of thin air. Healing is made from taking little bits of niceness and energy and happiness out of other bits of nature and going, oh, I can use that. I can put that to good use. Now, if you were a little bit of a rapscallion, you might go, I could take all of the happiness and life out of this one thing, and that'd make me feel right as rain. But that's something that we don't do, isn't it?
Yes.
Give me an insight check. No, that's definitely something she doesn't do. She is completely good and would never even dream of doing such a horrible thing. This is serious healing she's talking about.
Awesome.
Now, would you like me to show you how to fix that leg of yours? Because, of course,
Oh.
right now you're walking because you're in a bit of a dream. Your body's still over there all shattered up. But let's see if we can fix that. I'll bring in some of my other pupils. Let's see if we can work together as a team. And she kind of gesticulates her arms, and suddenly the cabin walls move outwards, and the room is bigger. And the trees that were outside, some of them are now inside the cabin, and they are twisting and writhing, and they seem to settle in the form of like sort of rows of 2 layers of almost shelves either side of the cabin, and on each one there's like a glowing orb of light, but it seems like it kind of every now and then has form to it, but then it just becomes glowing multicolored light again.
these are the rest of my students, and they've all very willingly agreed to help with the healing. That's their job, they heal. Now what you've got to do is you've got to go, now, do I try and take a little bit from all of them, or do I take some from just a few? It's harder to channel the energy into more, because you don't get all the juice properly, do you, sweet skin? Not unless you're really good and focused. So, how many do we have here? We've got 14 helpers here. Now, if it was me, I would take a little bit of all 14. But you can choose how many you want to focus on. How many would you like to help heal, you sweet skin?
5.
5. I like that number. Now, what you've got to do, I want you to imagine in your mind that you're going round each of the 5 you choose, and you are just drawing some of that light and gobbling it up as quick as you can. Can you do that for me, sweet skin?
Yep.
But
Yes, I can.
you mustn't do too much, otherwise bad things could happen.
But will the
So-
bad things happen to me?
You're safe here, sweet skin. You're in my home. Nothing will happen to you that you have not agreed to. Now, you just concentrate really hard and reach out, and you gobble up that light, but gobble up the right amount, just for your leg. Off you go.
How are you going to go about taking this energy, taking this light, this essence from the 5 that you choose?
Well, as we've seen before, when Roger likes something, he kind of just keeps going back for it.
I have
With
noticed
the
that.
with the drink, and the mushrooms, he kind of likes that sort of thing. So he's gonna put his hand on 2 of the orbs. So one on one orb, one on the other.
Mhm.
He's just gonna think about taking some good stuff from those, just to see how it feels.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, that's interesting. Now, I don't think you're quite concentrating hard enough, are you?
And you just hear a from the 2 orbs and a cry of pain.
Now, don't you worry, my little sweet skin. You went a little bit overboard there. You got a little bit greedy, a little bit out of control. But this is what they signed up to. So it's all right. They're just students. It's fine. So that was the first 2. You said you were going to try for 5. Off you go and do the other 3.
As you did that, you felt the crunch. You felt like there was a rush of energy inside you. Like you for a brief moment, it was like you felt like you were in that Hulk form rather than the 12-year-old boy. And then it subsided, but it felt good.
Can I try to deceive Hecate and go back to the same 2 orbs again, please?
How are you going about deceiving her? Are you kind of trying to make her look to one side? Are you switching things around? Or are you just kind of saying, I'll try these 2 next, and then...
No, I think there's other ways of connecting with the orbs. I'm not sure I have to touch them. I think I can connect to them with my mind. So I think I'm going to look like I'm touching 2 other orbs, but I'm not actually going to touch them, and I'm going to try and connect to the 2 that I was using just by the power of thought.
Okay. Interesting. Give me a deception check. Very good. So, how are you going to use the power of your mind to connect to those same two orbs again?
Just gonna
Are you just
kind of
reaching out and kind of...
zone out a little bit from the world that I think I'm in, even though I'm not really there because I'm still on a bed somewhere else, but also there. So if I can be in those two places at once, why can't I be somewhere else as well? So I am gonna just blank everything else out that's going on around me. So she's not there, the rest of the orbs aren't there. I have the full amount of fingers and thumbs on each hand. I'm the person that I think I want to be when I'm older rather than the 12-year-old that I am now. I've zoned everything out apart from that thought of being well and older and in charge and awesome, and that is how I'm connecting to those orbs.
Okay, perfect. So, give me either if this is like a spiritual thing, like reaching out with your soul in a kind of spiritual way, give me a religion check. If it's a kind of it's not a spiritual thing, but it's more kind of tapping into that kind of fundamental force of nature, then you can give me a nature check. Or you can give me an insight check, kind of something that's wisdom focused, because it's about your mental acuity.
That's an awful roll.
And as you do that, you definitely connect with these. But as you are trying to connect, it's like you can feel your mind reaching out, but it's not grabbing them, it's not getting there, and so you feel your mind lashing out instead in desperation, trying to find these things, and it's like you feel like a mental whip crack on these, and you hear another cry of pain. And for a brief second, the image flashes. And can you give me a perception check, please? Okay, it briefly flashes, and the orb suddenly looks solid, but it's not enough. You didn't catch enough to kind of fully put the image together that you saw, but there was a scream of pain. And oh, it felt good. It felt really, really good to just hone in on these two people again, these two orbs again.
Now I heard that. There's no mistaking that, my sweet skin. Now, there's no wrong answers here. There's just happy little accidents. Was that a happy little accident, or did you do that on purpose, my little sweet skin?
And she's got a smile on her face, like she is not upset with you at all.
Oh, I did it on purpose. It felt great.
Oh, I think you might be my favourite student. Do you feel healthier now? Do you feel like there's more of you than there was before?
Yeah, a bit, but I've just got to make sure that everything's tickety-boo, so I think I need to do it one more time.
Okay, my sweet skin. Would you like me to help you at all, or do you want to do this just by yourself?
Oh, I want to do it just by myself.
Very well then. You can go to your fifth one, or you can keep doing what you've been doing. You reach out and you just gobble up all that lovely energy. You're doing so well.
I'm going to pick one other orb. So one single orb on its own. And I am going to embrace that orb like
it-
it's a newborn baby.
Is it one of the two that you've been?
No,
As new. Okay.
new orb. In my brain, I'm thinking, tried those two twice now. The second time wasn't as good. So this one, I need
Oh
a
no,
fresh
the,
one.
the second time felt good.
Oh, I see. Okay. No, I want a fresh orb because I
Okay.
want to feel that initial feeling again that I had before the second one.
Okay, so you're physically picking this orb up,
Oh yeah, I'm holding it like a baby, cold round it.
and you don't see anything except for this light pulsating, but you feel like this orb embracing you back, but it doesn't feel like arms. It feels like kind of tendrils or like vines wrapping themselves around you, and you hear ever so slight weeping. Are you kind of just doing this in a loving way? Are you squeezing it tight? How are you tapping into this, or is it a kind of an affection thing that you're using to connect with this orb and gobble up that lovely light energy, or are you kind of doing anything more physical?
I'm holding it like you'd hold a hot water bottle that was just a little too hot. So I'm not squeezing it so tight that it couldn't move if it had motion. But I'm certainly not going to drop it. And if the orb had any sense of where it was in the world, it would know that it would not fall.
Okay, give me a so this is something that you've been quite caring and nurturing, and so give me a medicine check, because that's like looking after something and keeping it healthy. Give me a medicine check.
I picked the wrong thing to be a healer.
You hear Hecate come behind you and whisper in your ear, "Would you like a little bit of help, sweet skin? Would you like me to help you get the most out of that one? There's a trick to it, you see."
Yes, please.
Okay. And she puts her arms around the both of you, and she just goes, "Now, it's best to be nice and quick." And you are totally fine. The orb fades to nothing. "You have done so well, my little sweet skin. I think you're in tip-top shape. I think that it's more than just your leg that's healed. I think you're going to be super when you wake up. Now, would you like to be able to do that on the outside world, not in my little hut, not teaching the theory? Would you like to be able to do it for real life? I can show you."
I think so, but I want to go away and think about tonight before I say completely yes to that.
"Oh, it doesn't work like that, my sweet skin. The lesson is now, the lesson doesn't happen. Next time it will be a completely different lesson." And she pulls out the most perfect mushroom you've ever seen. "Sure I can't tempt you with a little lesson?"
No, I think I'll pass, thank you.
"All right then. Well, I look forward then to our next little lesson. I can't wait to hear all about how you've been applying yourselves when we next have a little meet-up. Did you enjoy yourself?"
I did. I think I enjoyed myself more because I was here and not in real life. I think if I thought about what I think I've done in real life, I'd be quite sad. But it's not real here, so that's okay.
You mustn't think of this in the same terms as real, because I don't. I mean, if this was real, would I be able to do this?
And as she says that, she just flourishes her arms in front of her, and suddenly, in front of you, at least 8 foot tall, is the most statuesque, picture perfect, almost looks like been carved out of marble, like beautiful lady in flowing white gown that you've ever seen, with a crown of like a, I don't know what you call, like a, I want to say a crownlet. It's not a crownlet, but you know, the kind of like a crowny type band around
Tiara?
your Yeah, let's go with tiara, but like made of seashells. And he stands in front of you. Could I make myself look like this if this were real? And then she just comes back down, and she's that haggard, wizened old lady.
You see,
It's like Nanny
sweet
McPhee.
You shouldn't think of this as real, but you should take this seriously. Do you understand?
I think so, but I am only 12. So I'm not really sure how that works with me, because I don't really take anything that seriously.
Well, you might be only 12, but given how well you've done tonight, I've got a feeling you won't look 12 when you wake up. I think you might be a bigger boy when you wake up, because you did so well.
Am I a real boy?
And I want you to remember that. How effective my lessons can be when you wake up. And you might think, I might want to take some of this into the real world. And then we'll see what happens the next time we meet.
Okay.
But just remember, don't think of them as real. They're volunteered. Now, off you skedaddle back into your bed. And don't look back.
And she gestures back towards your bed that has stayed there the whole time. Do you look back?
Yeah, of course I do.
Do you be sneaky about it, or do you just brazenly turn around?
I think I'd be pretty stealthy about it.
Okay, in that case, give me a it wouldn't be sleight of hand. Give me a stealth check to kind of see if you can just look over your shoulder. It's not that stealthy. So she has time to, as you turn around and see what looks like a real image behind you. It's look like not the ethereal, weird, twisty tree tendril things. It looks real. But then she sees you turn, and she's able to just pull that veil back over. Give me a perception check to see what you saw.
Can I just ask a question? Why is my green triangle thing coming out on the right hand side of everything I'm rolling? Have I got something?
So you've got it turned to roll with advantage. So that's so that I can see 2 rolls, because that I can apply the house rule of if you double crit or double crit fail, something either really good happens or something really bad happens. If you don't have advantage on, then it just shows 1 dice roll.
No, that's fine. Sorry, what roll did you want? Perception?
Yeah, give me a perception check to see what you spot. It's fine. It's fine.
That's some bad rolls.
I know. What's going on?
It's the opposite when Tom tries to punish something that doesn't exist.
You might have seen the odd flash of a bunk bed. Nothing else.
Awesome.
And you get tucked back up. Okay, and then again, don't feel like you're moving, but the world just kind of goes whoosh around you, and you are aware that you are back in your bed, and you do not feel well rested at all. Like, you don't feel like you've gotten any sleep. But a good 8 hours has passed. And your leg, not only does it feel totally fine, but like your quads and your calves, oh, you've never felt them so firm. And your clothes that you're wearing, it's more snug than they were. Like, you're broader in the shoulders, and you just feel stronger. And I would like you to please increase your hit point maximum by 10 HP. But you have not gained the benefits of a long rest. Choose either strength or dexterity. Which one would you like to be slightly better at?
Strength, I think.
Okay, so I believe at the moment your strength is 6, so you have a -2 modifier to it. So change that to a 7, please. You have +1 strength.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
So
press that.
on your character sheet, if you go to the cogwheel on the abilities bit, you should be able to change strength ability. There you go. You are a little bit stronger. And as far as you could tell with those god-awful rolls, there was no cost at all.
They were pretty spectacular.
They were
Wow. Yeah.
shocking rolls, but it's possibly for the best.
Yeah, I'm just living in the dream of all is well.
And I think, as far as setting things up for next time, I think that might be where we call it, unless there is any last minute activities that people want to do. When we get back to things, we will resolve what has happened with Tom in the captain's cabin, and it'll be at the end of everyone having the ability to have a long rest. If anyone would like to forego their long rest and do secret activities, you may. But we will rejoin with, I think, more action, next week.
If we're having a long rest, we can still do a small activity, can't we?
A small activity, yeah, there's time.
So, obviously, Jim was up all night the previous night with Book.
Yeah.
So he probably would have been asking a few questions about. Well, no, I think I did say he would have been asking a few questions about what's been happening to him. But this time around, he'd have a brief chat with Burke, asking about patrons before turning in.
Okay. So, if, like, you know, the book is into that kind of thing, and so she would kind of convey that, you know, some people get their magical abilities from just learning the theory and harnessing nature through the written spells. Some people are born with an inner energy. Some people, they're gifted with gifts, not from their own doing, but by another being, someone in a different plane than ours, who takes an interest in them, maybe is particularly interested, or is being compensated in some way to give those gifts. You know, it's often some kind of quid pro quo. I've heard tales of people who owe vast amounts of money to spirits because they've been given magical abilities and they must collect gold and give it up in tribute. I've known some people who have just gone through a spiral of debt. I've known some people who, just out of sheer love and loyalty to a spirit or this creature, gets powers in return. All manner of things, but it's always something in another plane that gifts these gifts.
Jim asked if it could be music. because he'd be putting settling the oceans down, his ritual together a little bit.
Well, music can be a powerful force. I mean, music can inspire muses and can enchant spirits. And music is a way to speak to speak to the gods in some places. So of course, music can be the conduit. I like talking to you. I like talking about my intellectual things. No one else is really that interested in what's written down, but it's 2 nights in a row now you've come to talk to me about these books. I just want you to know that I really rather like it.
Hey, look, I like our chats too. I'm afraid I'm not that intellectual. I can't always follow, but I enjoy our talks. I enjoy learning.
She like brushes her hair off her face and strokes your shoulder. You are intellectual.
Oh, but I'm not. I just cook and play some music.
Maybe now I've told you about my books. Maybe one evening you could cook for me and play me some music.
I'd like that.
I'd like that very much. I'll be here tomorrow night. And, well, hopefully we'll run into each other, and you can cook me something, play me a tune.
That I will, Buck. That I will.
Well, it's been a long day. I think I'm going to turn in. I've really enjoyed this. It's not often you get to connect with someone and find these little moments of calm when all of this is going on, but thank you. And she just brushes a hand on your shoulder again.
Jim will be quite unaware.
So, I was going to say, does Jim have any idea what's going on at this point? Good.
He just thinks Buck's being friendly and kind, and he'll turn around. He'll go, "Well, that was a nice talk," and he will turn in. He will think though.
Oh, I forgot to talk to her about that Raven Queen lass.
And then he will drift off to sleep.
As you turn away, you won't see, but Book just gets up and goes,
I don't know if that's more or less disturbing than Roger's scene. It's hard to tell.
and that is where we're going to call it.
Just on the way back to the boat, Edge will have some questions that he needs to resolve about, like, almost line management. Like, where does he receive his orders from now? He's aware he's probably going to have an awkward chat with Jack, whichever, about the idea that perhaps he's no longer a fully part of the crew, but... Who tells us what to do, Nix?
So they will tell you that you operate under a contract, like you do the job you were hired to do. And so at the moment this group of people have been hired to help the crew of the All Trades fulfill their mission.
Okay, so I subsumed... Okay, fine, so I can wear those two
You operate
coats.
very similarly, but they are all kind of you can tell that this is something that has never happened before, and this is falling outside because they couldn't make you a sister of the sword. You have not fallen into kind of the dagger, short sword, saber. You are something new and different. Almost think of it as a consultant on secondment. You come in with some level of authority and experience, but you're kind of still told what to do, even if you're thinking, well, I know better. But you're not the most junior person there, so it's kind of you're acting semi in parallel, but you are fully expected to be loyal and obedient to the order.
Sort of like Miles O'Brien in a Star Trek sense, like not climbing the ranks, but
Yeah.
has an ability to do bits and pieces. Okay, and in terms of, so it sounds like there's not going to be a direct conflict between the requirements of one and the requirements of other because the sisters are currently working for.
Currently.
But cool. Okay. And can Edge describe himself as the sister of the sword?
Edge can describe himself as Harpoon Edge. Or Harpoon
Okay.
Jax.
Yeah, I did wonder about that too.
They will refer to you as Harpoon or Jax.
We'll see where Edge lands on that next week.
Okay. Super. When Matty's back, we'll resolve what happened in the cabin with him, and I will likely send via WhatsApp some possible routes to go down. Now that you are, you've got a decent number of map pieces. There's some possible side quests, and there's some stuff to discuss. But I think next week will be a bit more possibly fighty, depending on how you guys take it. And depending on how much Roger wants to experiment with no longer being 12, but being more like 16 now.
I want to see what people's reaction is to me being a 16-year-old when I went to bed and I was 12.
Indeed.
That's
I think it's going to be fun to explain to Matty what just happened. Because having sat through it, I'm still not entirely sure. But I've made some notes this time. So.
So have I. I've made more notes this evening than I think I've ever made.
And definitely nothing bad happened while you were doing all of those things.
No,
Nothing. Well, I guess that brings the question to what is that? Who is that on the map, or are we not meant to see them?
Oh no, you can see them. The kind of the factions that have taken hold in particular areas.
Oh, sorry, on the ship in the bunks.
Oh, have I not moved you? Where?
We can see the two boats.
So I've just circled it in orange.
Ah, that is so. Now that's a Roll20 thing, where moving stats over, it took a default token and overwrote the token. So ignore that. So that's not something that you're not meant to see. That is something that should look like that.
I think it'd be really fun because we've already established that there must be more in the crew than we've put names and faces to yet. So that is definitely canonically one of the crew. We just don't know who it is yet.
Yeah, and there's a fair few crew members.
A very fancy goblin lady who just in there doing her thing.
Yeah, and there's definitely at least one important person who you seem to have forgotten all about completely.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten about her.
But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, we've been a bit busy to be honest.
Jim did ask for her to be for someone to actually.
You knocked her out the mast, and you, with your gust direction that you gave me, and for everyone else's benefit, that was very important because Vokken has a crossbow that can fire 3 times per turn with poison arrows, and so Jim knocking Vokken out of the crow's nest was important and good for you guys.
I wonder if we looked at the sort of distribution of how things could be going. I feel like we're on the good end when you think of all the things that could have happened so far.
Oh,
Yeah.
so particularly in the last 2 sessions, there was a lot of very good thinking outside the box that definitely stood you in good stead. Particularly use of cannons, sails, hiding under ropes, that kind
I
of
sense we
stuff.
should have lost some map pieces. I feel like the universe, as much as you
Yeah.
embody that, Rick, would have wanted the map pieces to have been lost somehow by now.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost as though that was sort of where things were going. But I will never railroad. I will take the story as it goes and be honest with your roles, and you very astutely and deftly avoided that.
I mean,
Twice.
what we didn't avoid was we've still got an entire faction after us. We've got a deadly assassin and a prison warden after half of us,
Yes.
and we've got an entire island that we're banned from.
Yes, that's very true. The
The
island
ship is broken.
with all of the healers. Yet you are no longer as fast as you were.
We have a brand new captain. I'm assuming.
You don't
Who-
know.
Yeah.
Jim could still choose to have a change of heart and give you an undead Captain Jack who serves the Raven Queen. That is very much a possibility.
Question about that. So, does Jim have the ability to raise the dead?
Not himself,
Yeah.
but
But on behalf of the thing he's been tasked to do.
The Raven Queen. Yeah.
well, Kathy has been very accommodating with sharing her talents.
Okay. So,
Jim,
having
do you
raised
have resurrection,
dead.
Jim?
Jim doesn't have resurrect now.
Yeah, so Kathy has been very kind of helping hand, stirring things up.
Do you know the whole infinite cosmic power, itty bitty living space thing? The genie, right?
Oh, he
Having
doesn't have
raised.
one? He doesn't have a genie.
No, sorry. I'm saying, sorry. You know, have you all seen Aladdin?
Yeah.
When Jafar becomes the genie at the end and it gets trapped in the lamp.
Hmm.
If we raised the bad lady on the deck in the name of the Raven Queen, does she go to stab us and then be like sucked back into the Raven Queen's whatever?
By the sound of what Kathy said, no.
Okay.
She's
we
got to
shouldn't
be
do that.
led to the path of the Raven Queen, which is why.
Oh, that's a terrible thing. So not only have you got to raise them from the dead, you've got to also persuade them to go and do.
Potentially, that's
sounds
what
important.
that's what I gathered from Kathy.
I mean,
The way
if I could raise someone from the dead, I'd be fairly confident in my ability to manipulate them, having given them that gift.
Right, team, I'm off.
I
Cool.
See you next week.
My
Or
only
next
worry-
Monday.
well, yeah,
Bye.
see ya. Bye. My only worry with raising the witch lady is the voodoo lady. Is she's very powerful. She might not be dead. And to be honest, to Jim at this point, the safest bet seems like giving the Raven Queen a ship because we can deal with a ship. What we can't deal with is super powerful voodoo wizard ladies that already took out our captain.
Interesting theory.
That's Jim's just general logic as he's been mulling it over. But that's also why he would be turning to Burke to try and
Wow.
try and get some actual intelligence on the.
Well,
Burke's the smartest in the crew, right? Most likely being a wizard. So
Book is very receptive to you.
that's going to be handy. As long as it doesn't get handsy. Well, I mean, I guess Jim wouldn't mind.
Just going, I don't know what she is doing, but I mean,
Feels good.
it'd be rude to stop her. Cool. Right, I am gonna go and do some slides.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
gotta go.
look at some Harpoon designs.
I've got to go lock down some Excel spreadsheets.
Hardcore. Cool. I will catch
wow.
you guys next week.
Hi.
See you later.